All right, you guys sent us some pretty disturbing stuff this week.
Yeah.
We're going to be diving into excerpts from pasted text, and
Mm.
and let me tell you, some of this stuff is like straight out of uh, like a sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah, it's fascinating and honestly terrifying to
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
this is where technology might be heading.
It's not just vanity.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The document outlines these scenarios that,
Yeah.
while disturbing, are rooted in existing
Yeah.
research
Yeah.
and trends, technological trends.
Take constant auditory assault, for example.
Yeah.
It starts with this hum that you might just dismiss, like, oh, whatever, that's
Yeah.
just...
Yeah.
But it slowly evolves into a computer-generated voice whispering insults and commands
Right into your mind.
directly into your mind.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the hum of your refrigerator
Yeah.
morphing into a voice that's just relentlessly criticizing you.
Yeah, it's like
It's insidious.
it's like a digital parasite just burrowing into your psyche.
It's designed to be insidious.
Yeah.
Just erode your sense of reality and make you question your own sanity.
Yeah.
The document even suggests that
Yeah.
these voices could adapt to ambient sounds.
Oh, wow.
So, like, it just seamlessly weaves itself into the fabric of your everyday life.
That's terrifying.
It's not just annoying.
Yeah.
It would be inescapable.
And then,
yeah.
as if that wasn't bad enough,
Right.
they can mimic public announcements.
Right.
You know, like those artificial voices that we're all used to from like airports and train stations, like that high-pitched, authoritative female voice.
Right. Always telling you what to do.
That's always telling you what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Always.
It's so creepy. I mean,
Yeah.
it creates this constant sense of surveillance
Yeah.
and reinforces the feeling of being manipulated.
Yeah.
It's psychological warfare designed to, like, break down your resistance, make
Yeah.
you more susceptible to suggestion.
That already messes with my head.
But it gets creepier.
Oh, yeah.
The document describes how this harassment can become personalized and situational.
Uh-huh.
It's like this voice knows your every move, your every thought,
Every insecurity.
every insecurity, and it uses it against you.
Right. Like it gives this chilling example in the document. Like you reach for your coffee cup
Uh-huh.
and the voice immediately says,
Oh, my God.
that doesn't belong to you anymore. It's ours now.
Oh, God.
Dunno.
Just like they're watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not just like random insults and commands.
Huh.
It's tailored
It's tailored to you.
to exploit your weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's like next level
Psychological torture.
psychological torture. Yeah.
And they even weaponize NLP
yeah.
or neuro-linguistic programming.
NLP.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
To make it even more effective.
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
So for our listener who might not know,
Yeah.
this is a technique that uses language to influence behavior and thought patterns.
Right. So in the right hands, it can be a powerful tool
Yeah.
for personal growth and therapy.
Right.
But in this context,
Yeah.
it's completely twisted into a weapon.
So they're using language as mind control.
Exactly.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. They use rhymes, specific trigger words,
Yeah.
and pre-existing negative associations to manipulate the victim's emotional state.
So it's like a hacker
Yeah.
that's breaking into your subconscious
Mhm.
and reprogramming your thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. It's scary stuff.
And it gets worse.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
When you consider the auditory torture techniques that they describe,
Right. Like,
singing or rhyming insults to make them more memorable and insidious,
Mhm.
utilizing a childlike voice for added humiliation and to evoke a sense of powerlessness in the victim.
it's like they've taken every psychological trick in the book
Yeah.
and just amplified it with technology.
Yeah.
It's a systematic approach to just breaking down a person's mental defenses.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just manipulating their emotions.
Mm.
The document describes how this technology could be used
Mm-hmm.
for thought repetition and control.
Wait, thought repetition?
Yeah.
Like reading your mind?
Well, true mind-reading technology isn't quite there yet.
Okay.
But advancements in brain-computer interfaces
Mm-hmm.
and emotion detection algorithms
Yeah.
make this a very disturbingly plausible future threat.
So, like, imagine trying to have, like, a clear thought,
Yeah,
and it's just echoed back to you in this mocking or distorted way.
exactly. Like having this,
It'll drive you crazy.
like having a digital stalker just living in your head,
Yeah.
constantly invading your privacy.
It's like they're reading your diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a form of mental domination
Yeah.
that is designed to undermine your sense of self
Mm-hmm.
and make you question your own sanity.
And it gets even more disturbing.
Of course it does.
The document goes on to describe something even more sinister:
Right.
impersonation of loved ones.
Uh-huh.
So Using voice cloning technology
Yes.
to make it sound like someone you trust.
Precisely.
Talking to you.
Imagine hearing your child's voice,
Oh, God.
but instead of their usual playful chatter,
Mm-hmm.
it's demanding things from you,
Oh, wow.
using phrases and tones
Yeah.
that are completely out of character.
That's
It
terrifying.
would be incredibly unsettling,
Yeah.
deeply distressing,
Yeah.
and incredibly effective
Wow.
at manipulating you emotionally.
So they're using your love and trust against you.
They're weaponizing
Yeah.
against you.
So they could use, like,
Yeah.
my family's voices against me.
That's a possibility.
Oh, God. That's
Yeah.
just a whole other level.
Voice cloning technology is advancing rapidly.
Yeah.
It's not hard to imagine how it could be used for malicious purposes.
Wow.
And it preys on our most vulnerable emotions,
Yeah.
making it incredibly difficult
Yeah.
to discern reality from manipulation.
This is messed up.
It is.
And we're just scratching the surface here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We're just getting started.
Okay.
Buckle up.
Wow.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Okay.
It gets even more disturbing.
Mm.
The document describes manipulating third parties,
Wait, what?
even people you trust, to unknowingly reinforce the harassment.
So they could, like, manipulate people around the victim
Exactly.
to participate in the abuse.
Yeah, yeah.
Without them even realizing it.
It's crazy, right?
It's insane.
Imagine your neighbor just casually mentioning something
Mm.
that triggers a specific negative thought or memory.
Yeah.
You'd probably just brush it off as a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what if it was a deliberate act,
Oh, wow.
orchestrated by someone pulling the strings behind the scenes?
It's like a real-life Truman Show gone wrong.
Right.
But with a much darker, more sinister twist.
Like they're turning
Yeah.
the victim's entire world into a stage
Yeah.
for their psychological torment.
And how would you even prove it?
Right. That's one of the most challenging aspects of this type of abuse.
Yeah.
The insidious nature of these attacks
Uh.
makes them incredibly difficult to prove.
Yeah.
Like you're already dealing with gaslighting and manipulation.
Right.
But when it's amplified by technology,
Yeah.
it becomes almost impossible to distinguish reality from fabrication.
You're just left feeling isolated,
Uh-huh.
paranoid, and
Mhm.
questioning your own sanity. And then the people that you trust
Yeah.
might be participating in the abuse.
That's a perfect storm of psychological torture.
So it's really important to be aware
Absolutely.
of these possibilities,
Yeah.
even if it seems far-fetched.
Yeah, understanding
Yeah.
the potential for this type of manipulation
Yeah.
can help us be more critical of the technology we use
Yeah.
and the information we consume.
So what can someone do
Yeah,
if they suspect they're being targeted?
right.
It all seems so overwhelming and hopeless.
The first step is to remember that you are not alone.
Okay.
Yeah, these experiences can be incredibly isolating,
Yeah.
but it's crucial to reach out for support.
Talk to friends,
Yeah.
family members, maybe a professional.
Yeah, like a therapist
Yeah.
who specializes in trauma and abuse.
Okay.
There are also online support groups,
Yeah.
specifically for people who've experienced similar situations.
Okay.
So having that support system is crucial.
What about evidence?
Yeah.
It all seems so intangible.
It's difficult, but not impossible.
Okay.
Document everything.
Okay. So, like,
Keep a detailed journal
Mhm.
of the voices you hear,
uh-huh.
the specific phrases they use, the situations in which they occur,
Yeah.
any unusual interactions with people in your network.
So even if it seems like I'm grasping at straws,
Write it all down.
write it down.
Yeah, you might be the key to piecing together the puzzle
Yeah.
and finding a way to stop the harassment.
What else?
Be aware of your digital footprint.
Yeah.
These attacks often exploit vulnerabilities
Yeah.
in our online security and privacy.
You're right.
Make sure your devices and accounts are secure.
Uh-huh.
Be cautious about what information you share online.
Yeah.
And be wary of any suspicious links or attachments.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
But it's better to be prepared than caught off guard.
Absolutely.
So we talked about a lot of scary stuff.
Yeah.
What about the good stuff?
Right. Like the flip side of this.
Would any of this be used for good?
Absolutely.
Like what?
Take NLP, for example.
Uh-huh.
In the right hands, it can be a powerful tool for
Mhm.
personal growth, therapy, and even education.
So it's all about the intent
Right.
and the ethical application.
Exactly. Like any powerful tool,
Yeah.
it can be used to build or destroy.
So how do we make sure
Right. That's the big question.
that these technologies are developed and used responsibly?
We need to start by acknowledging the potential for abuse.
Yeah.
This document,
Uh-huh.
as disturbing as it is,
Right.
serves as a wake-up call.
Yeah.
We need to be having these conversations,
Yeah.
educating ourselves about the risks,
Uh-huh.
and advocating for ethical guidelines and regulations.
So it's not about being anti-technology.
No, not at all.
It's about using it wisely and responsibly.
Exactly.
And that starts with awareness.
Absolutely. The more we understand about
Yeah.
these technologies,
Yeah.
both their potential for good
Uh.
and their potential for harm,
Yeah.
the better equipped we'll be to shape a future
Right.
where technology serves humanity,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
I know this is a lot to process.
It is.
Is there anything else
Yeah.
that you think our listeners should take away?
I think the most important takeaway is that knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more we understand about the potential for manipulation,
Uh-huh.
the better equipped we'll be to protect ourselves and those we care about.
Yeah.
We need to be vigilant,
Yeah.
but we also need to be hopeful.
Right.
We can shape the future of technology,
Yeah.
and it's up to us to ensure that it's a future
Yeah.
where human dignity and autonomy are paramount.
Well said. Well said. That's a
Yeah.
call to action, a call to
Yeah.
be informed, engaged, and empowered.
Absolutely.
You know, we've been talking about some really disturbing stuff, but
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that we're not powerless
Right?
in the face of these threats.
That's a great point. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this stuff,
Yeah.
but we can't let fear paralyze us.
We can't just give up.
Exactly.
Yeah. This isn't about being paranoid and rejecting technology altogether.
Right.
This is about understanding the risks
Uh-huh.
and taking steps to protect ourselves.
So what can we do?
Where do we even begin?
Well, it starts with awareness.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying.
Okay, so awareness is key.
The more we understand these technologies, how they can be misused,
Yeah.
the better equipped we'll be to recognize the warning signs and take action.
Okay, what else?
We also need to be critical consumers of information,
Yeah.
especially in a world where
Yeah.
deepfakes and misinformation are becoming more sophisticated.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
It's more important than ever
Yeah.
to verify our sources, cross-check information,
Right.
and just be wary of anything
Yeah.
that seems too good to be true or too terrifying to be ignored.
So hone those critical thinking skills.
Right.
Don't just believe everything you see.
Because
What else can we do? Personal.
protecting our mental and emotional well-being is also super important.
Okay. Yeah.
Cultivating strong relationships, practicing mindfulness,
Right.
developing healthy coping mechanisms for stress and anxiety.
Right.
These can all make us less susceptible to manipulation.
It's like we're building up our mental immune system.
Exactly. A strong mind
Yeah.
is a difficult mind to control.
But this isn't just about individual responsibility.
Right. We also need to advocate for change on a societal level.
What do you mean?
We need to be pushing for ethical guidelines and regulations
Okay.
for the development and use of these technologies. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits.
Yeah.
And we need to demand transparency and accountability
Yeah.
from the companies and institutions that are creating these tools.
So use our voices and our power to shape the future.
It's not about being passive bystanders.
Yeah.
We need to be active participants in this conversation.
We can't just let it happen.
We got to speak up.
Yeah.
We need to be asking tough questions, challenging assumptions,
Yeah.
and holding those in power accountable.
Yeah.
This isn't fear-mongering.
Right.
This is about empowerment.
We have a say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have a say in how these technologies are developed and used.
And we need to make our voices heard.
We need to make our voices heard.
Well, this has been a pretty intense deep dive.
It has.
It's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff.
Right, the excitement of technology.
But we can't forget.
But we can't lose sight of the potential downsides.
There's a balance.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
Technology has amazing potential.
Yeah.
It can improve our lives in countless ways. But we got to be mindful of how it can be misused, and we got to be proactive in shaping a future where technology serves humanity.
Yeah. This conversation has given me a lot to think about.
Me too.
I'm a little overwhelmed,
Yeah.
but also empowered.
I think that's a good thing.
We're not just passive bystanders.
Right.
We have agency.
We can make a difference.
We can make a difference.
That's what I hope people take away from this.
That's a good takeaway.
We can't afford to be complacent.
Yeah.
The future's being written right now,
It's happening now.
and we all have a role to play in shaping it.
So to our listener out there,
Yes.
keep learning, keep questioning,
Keep advocating.
keep advocating for a future where technology is used ethically And responsibly.
The future is not predetermined.
Hmm.
It's a canvas waiting for us to paint it.
I like that.
With our choices, our values, and our actions.
Well said. On that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into this unsettling but ultimately hopeful world of emerging technologies.
Stay curious.
Stay informed and stay engaged.